What's up? Majestic. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Carcino here. And everybody wants to talk about the new deal. Let's get it cracking. Nicole X is even over here. All right, I see you. For those who didn't know or wasn't aware or wasn't caught up with the news that's going on or what's happening today, 50 Cent got an extension right along with the show Power for season 5 on down. They got another 2-year deal. So, yay! Well, it was strategic. See, what people didn't realize is that 2 years ago they got an extension. 50 Cent got an extension for Power. So when he got the extension for Power, it was for 2 years. So now it's 2 years later, it's time to renegotiate. So all of this was a renegotiating plot by 50 Cent. That's why he was able to do 50 Cent Central, because for 2 years he couldn't make any move besides what Starz allowed him to do. This is why the BMF series never got started, because the deal was supposed to imply that 50 Cent and the rest of the people that was with him, as far as his procedures and everybody else that was on board, these guys were supposed to do something that was going to implement success and create a new avenue, but Starz wasn't seeming to back some of the programs that they had. So this put a lot of things on hold. Now, he's supposed to come up with these different projects, and Starz didn't greenlight the BMF project and get behind it the way they should. So when his contract was up, 50 Central could start, and now they just negotiated a new deal where he could still do 50 BET Central, that 50 show, but now they want exclusive content, and they're going to extend Power, and they're going to move on from there. Hold on one second. Okay, we're back. Well, 50 is a smart individual, very smart. But this was more than about 50 Cent. It was always about negotiation and putting them in a position to where they were going to take over and do certain things. So right now we're having issues with the live stream. This is crazy. Let me know if you guys can hear me. What happened is YouTube. That's what's happening. Okay, here we go. Jay trying to stop the stream. I wouldn't doubt it. It's crazy. Power does about 6.2 million homes per episode. I don't know about extended other seasons, but the show is going to be extended. which meaning that we're gonna get more episodes. So next season, Power might come on a little earlier. Like instead of waiting to June, you know how we get it in like July, we might get it around June now. Edward, if they do that, go to the help area and say, look, this is what they doing to me. They unsubscribed me. Why is they doing this for this account? Well, he got a big payday. It was his 2-year deal is up. 50 Cent had a 2-year deal. It's up. It was ends in September. Now that it's back, the deal is back on the table. They can go from there and continue to build on and go forward. So they were just negotiating because he wanted to show the worth of what he does as to what Starz actually do. Because sometimes you got to remind your people, like even your boss at work, who take for granted and they don't think it's you that's doing something. They just think it's going to be what it's going to be, whether you there or not. And sometimes you got to show. So it was all negotiation. It wasn't like Starz wasn't finna come back to the table. They came back to the table and they did what they were supposed to do. They made 50 Cent an offer he was supposed to have from day one. Starz didn't get behind the BMF series for various reasons that we don't know anything about. But 50 was putting things in motion. Starz wanted him to wait. 50 is not a type of guy that waits. We might get BMF now. This deal might incorporate that. The first deal he had 2 years ago incorporated 50 was supposed to bring new ideas and new projects to Starz exclusively. But when they decided to pull on BMF, 50 went to BET and got 50 Central. Like, we just going to move all our projects over to BET. Meaning that, because they didn't come back with a contract extension for 50 Cent. And it was a 2-year deal, one that he signed back in September 2015. So, of course, that ran out. It's 2 years up. It's time to re-up. So, they decided, pay 50 the money. It's better to have 50 on your side than against you. And Chris Albright realized that. You're going to want that man and that mind on your side than against you. It is not a good idea to have 50 Cent against you. Now, about the other cast, like Ghost and all the rest of the people, we don't know how much will they all get raises. It's more than likely they will if they have more episodes. And it looks like next year Power will have more episodes. Because ultimately, in the end, that's what you want anyway. Yeah, a Getaway show I heard about before. They was going to change the name of Getaway. And Today is Tomorrow is supposed to get a new name. And BMF is going to stay the same name. Everything else will probably be changed. I think Tasha's probably going to go to jail due to the fact that she was pregnant and she's going to be on probably maternity leave. Power starts shooting episodes in 1 week and 4 days. They start shooting. Yeah, see, when the season is going on, everybody else is they're in their own zone. They're doing other things, other projects. All while you're watching the season, they're done. So they're getting ready to start shooting. They probably gonna look at the script and some of the changes when they get there and see what's going on as far as what direction they're gonna take. But last season could have been a lot better had they not rushed it. Power's at the point now where 10 episodes is not accepted no more. You got to do 12. It's a proven show. It's the number one show in its slot. It has over 6 million viewers per episode. When they go live, like initial live response does like 2 million. That's almost double any other show that they have on Starz. There was no reason why they couldn't get 2 more episodes. And now that the 2 years is up, they can be able to get their re-up and go to 12. So Power may be coming on a little earlier than expected. So we might get Power next year sometime in June instead of like July. A little earlier in June. So far, they still contracted at 7 seasons. It has not extended past 7 seasons. They might have, but as of right now, 7 seasons is all we know. The the financials of the deal have not yet been determined, but for what we know right now, it's quite substantial. Next season is because this is more. This season was a lot to do with Tommy. Tommy had a dominating role this whole season of carrying the show. Because Ghost was in jail for like 5 of the episodes. And while Tommy was carrying the show and Ghost was in jail, the ratings dipped. From the first episode to the second one to the third one, they dipped. People didn't like to see Ghost locked up. They wanted to see Ghost out doing things. So they all, they did a movie last time they were off. All before they came into power last year, they all filmed a movie called Deuces. It's on Netflix now. Lorenz Tate, Lala, like everybody who was on Power ended up doing that movie. Well, I don't know what Getaway is about. Deuces was whack. So it was a take the money and run, huh? I haven't seen it yet. Why do people do that? I tell you what, only anytime it's something black, it's got to be a competition with something. No matter if it's a show, rap album, movie, anything. They act like you got to watch one and hate the other. Why can't you watch both? If you like Empire, watch Empire. They don't even come on at the same time. And it's not like they in competition. I'm like, if you don't like Empire, then don't watch it. You see me making videos about Empire? I don't watch it. I like Power because it's great. No, 50 didn't fire the first shot. He used it as promotion because they started it. They was using Power as promotion. When they were promoting Empire, they were trying to use it as if it was a piece of Power. They used the same color scheme, the same promo to make it kind of resemble Power. They even said after the Power, there's Empire. So they were trying to tag you in because Power got off the first and was popping. Now they trying to ride the wave of Power to promote Empire. So people who was on Fox and happened to be watching Empire, you think this is a part of Power. So they started it. They did on Fox as part of the promotion. So Power was like, 50 was like, okay, I'm finna really promote it and show you how to push it. And he did. Whenever the numbers get slow, 50 would do something and create some type of conflict on social media or anyway. Like he's mad at Courtney, he mad at everybody, just to kick up some publicity for the show. And it would work. The ratings would jump up. Every time 50 would cause some type of storm, and if they react to 50, whether it was Taraji or anybody else, everybody picks it up, all the social media sites. So they're promoting Power. So people who liked Empire and didn't like Power or whatever, like, I hate Power. That show sucks. I don't even know what it is. I'm going to go watch it. In season 2 of Power, the numbers jumped from, they start off, they were doing like 3 million views, which was a good thing. They jumped to 6 million in season 2. Why? All those Empire people from Fox and all the regular Fox affiliated networks or basic television networks went to premium cable to watch Starz, to watch Power. And you know what happened? They got hooked. They got hooked on Power. They said, oh my God, this show is great. Then social media is telling people about it. And as long as social media is talking about it and arguing about it, people gonna come check it out. Then when they went and got Vivica, he went and started something with her when she said something on the internet. It kept the buzz going. But see, Power has great writing. That was its key to its success, is the writing. So when you got great writing going on for you, you're like, okay, you're winning now. No, Gabriel Union jumped the gun and got involved in something that had nothing to do with her. He wasn't talking about her show at all. He was talking about Irv Gotti, and she just jumped right in. He wasn't even thinking about her show. But that's the kind of thing 50 Cent does. It's never 50 Cent's fault. How is it his fault if somebody else took something the wrong way? I told y'all a long time ago, I do not go against 50 Cent. 50 Cent is a genius. That man survived Jimmy Iovine and Al Heyman. Both of them. Mm-hmm. 50 is always gonna come off on top, man. Jimmy tried to take him down. Al Heyman took him down. Where is he at now? He's a hustler. He's always gonna come out on top. Hustlers know when a lick comes to an end, they grab to something else and they go and they do that. A hustler gonna come up 1,000 different ways. They don't just do one thing. Hustler can go broke and won't panic. One person who work a job all their life, they lose their job. They be, oh my God, I gotta kill myself. I gotta die. They can't face it. I can't tell my wife I lost my job. Can't find another one. I don't know how to do nothing else. Hustler can do 1,000 different things. That's what they do. That's why Fifth is what he is and who he is. You see, this show here is gonna keep going until the script gets bad. Now, the writing got bad because it got colluded with the fact that they had to make moves to show that, oh man, we got to get this done. We got to get this project finished. We got to do this. We got to do that. Oh man, this is a problem. They ran into these scenarios so many times, it didn't even make sense in this season because they did not have enough episodes. The story and the writing is too complex. Now imagine if they had done this the right way and stretched it out. It would have went a lot better and a lot smoother. Like you saw in the first 2 seasons, it would have went like that with the writing. This season that just passed, it was so much stuff rushed. Like this episode right here is rushed. Because there's so much stuff they had to tie up with all these angles. Tommy, his father, him going to Chicago, Ghosts and getting out of jail, and they dealing with Jukebox again. All of this stuff, this episode was so loaded with different scenarios, but now everybody's gonna have more money. So people should be happy. Well, here's the situation. When 50 Cent got this extension, nobody really knows what all the details just yet. All they know is 50 got a lot of money, they got an extension, and it's good that he got his extension with Starz. It's kind of hard to have the show without him. Now that he's gotten the extension, they ain't gonna kill the Kanan character, I don't think. Well, Raina was hardly on the show. This was the most anything she's been on the show in a while. Like even in the previous seasons, she really didn't have a lot of dialogue on the show. In one season, she was barely on the show. She was probably on there 2 episodes. This year, you got to see a lot of her. And she had some scenes where she actually got a chance to act. So other than that, like you really didn't see Raina. Like right now, she's pushing her tape. She got her little music tape out. Like everybody got a music or do some type of thing with music on this show. Uh-oh. They done came in and shook up my whole phone.
They done came in and shook up my whole phone. They done came in and shook up my whole phone. They done came in and shook up my whole phone.
All right. Okay, we still good. Breaking Bad was great, but you know what? Breaking Bad had a chance because Breaking Bad actually was promoted right. Breaking Bad actually had writing where it took time to develop. If you look at Breaking Bad, the first 3 episodes was kind of boring because they were developing a story. So if you didn't understand what it was, if you didn't understand what the show was, you can forget about it. A show like Breaking Bad, a lot of people went back to watch the other seasons because the first season, second season, really didn't do that well. The third season of Breaking Bad is what got everybody hooked. People went back to watch Breaking Bad because once they fell in love with it, they went back like, wow, this show is great. I missed these seasons already. I need to go back and get caught up. So that's why people went back and watched Breaking Bad. But Breaking Bad started off really slow because it was all story based. You had to get to know the characters. You don't want those quick fix shows. That's why Empire's falling off. Empire, they bring in characters and they kill them off before you even care about them. They bring in all these characters on the show Empire. They bring in a new character all the time. They don't like Chris Rock. He was just on there for what, a half a second? Then he's dead. It's just like what celebrity they gonna bring on Empire next? They have no value to the actual show whatsoever. Well, see the thing about The Walking Dead is they have their seasons. Either they're gonna have a great season or the season gonna suck. Now, when they were in the prison, I think they stayed in the prison a little bit too long. Then they went to the season 2. I believe that was the worst season ever. When they was just roaming around, it was just didn't even make sense. Then they went to the prison, things got better. Then when they went to the town was great. The town was great, and wasn't a big Oz fan, but everybody I know who got out of jail was. They were hooked on Oz. Oz, I can't do too much of those jail shows. But I had an uncle that's been incarcerated a few times and a few lot of times. And he used to jail. So him watching anything with jail, all the movies he watches jail. There's always some jail scene in there, and he's right in there. He's been completely institutionalized. Well, the BMF series, I know right now they're gonna probably try to get the one season off the ground. They probably want to get a good 2 seasons, but you want to get that first season off the ground. They might have an 8 episode first season just to see how people respond to it. But they don't understand is that BMF series gonna jump off the screen. That's gonna jump off the screen. It's gonna beat Power debut. If BMF hit, it'll be on. If BMF hit, it'll be on Starz. You can only do that on Starz. You cannot put BMF on BET. That's not gonna work. True Blood didn't like the series at all. Negan has blown life into Walking Dead. Negan is the whole reason to watch the show. Hot diggity dog. See, the thing about Negan and his whole character is that they're going right off the comics. Negan is the same way he was in the comic book. I would say Walking Dead is trash until you see Negan. Negan is the whole because you needed a villain. Out of all these things in there, I mean, you got a lot of guys but Negan is the character you need. Am I auditioning for any upcoming television shows? No. I was offered a lot of stuff, like be on my TV show. It's my web series, and I've been offered all kind of stuff. I just said no, 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 thank you, no, thank you, no, thank you. We will have new characters in this season coming up, but they trying to keep those secret right now. But we'll know more when they start filming in 2 weeks. But yeah, they will have new characters on the show. True Detective is coming out with season 3 now. After seasons 2 of True Detective was a complete flop, trying to make Vince Vaughn a serious character, that backfired tremendously. Marshala Ali. I was sad that Marshala Ali, even though I realized that he wasn't going to be on the show long, him on Luke Cage would have been great if they could have kept him on there. But by him having, big, oh yeah, he was great as Remy Denton. On House of Cards. Oh, you're a DJ guy? I guess so. I don't know. I don't really see him or talk to him, so I wouldn't know. We still don't know an update on O'Malley, and we don't know how serious nothing is or anything. I just hope he doing all right. That's it. Yeah, HBO's The Deuce. Well, that's the new show they got coming out with Method Man, and everybody's supposed to be on it. I'm gonna check it out though. They had vinyl. It came out. I was getting into vinyl, but then it just went left. It was a lot of drug usage and talking about the record business, and a lot of people didn't like the fact they were talking about the record business like this. They were talking about too much information. Yeah, that's right. Boardwalk Empire, Jip Rossetti. He revitalized Boardwalk Empire too. When Jip Rossetti was on there, it was hard to replace him. He was great. But y'all have a good night, and hopefully y'all continue to watch Power next season. And Morocco, you can watch the video once it from the beginning when it's over.